This is a Tape Deck podcast.
Hello, and welcome back to We'll Run For. This is your I'm sorry. We are out of practice. This is Tom, and with me as always are Aaron.
Hello.
Michael.
Wasn't that the opening for Inside the Runner Studio?
Yes, I think that's what he got confused about.
And Diana's here.
As I pointed out yesterday, it's been like a month since we recorded.
Yes,
so
it has.
Tom's out of practice.
Yeah. It's all right.
How are y'all doing?
We're not as warm as we were a few days ago.
Oh,
I know that.
Although we were looking at the forecast, and I guess we can't complain. It's supposed to be cold for like 2 days, and then go back into the 50s and 60s. So.
Yeah, true.
I don't know. We went and saw you guys in Florida, and it was not as warm as it should have been.
Nope.
Well, I agree.
Yeah, it got warmer later the next week.
Of
to be
course
fair.
it did.
Yeah.
And not like a ton warmer, though.
It was very comfortable. It was very San Diego type weather, I
Yeah.
would say, actually.
Yeah, I mean, like, I still need to carry a sweatshirt with me most places.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you got in the shade, it was a little chilly. But if you were in the sun, Florida sun is super hot. So, Florida.
Oh, yeah. We'll be talking about
That's
Space
fun.
Coast.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about Space Coast.
Yeah, Diana's been all excited because she thought that, my birthday month was over, so we weren't ever going to have to talk about it again. And then she remembered we have to review Space Coast.
This is like a month and a half at this point.
I was like, we've been talking about this for months.
It cannot go to the new year.
Oh, gosh. Fine.
Cannot go to the new
I
year.
never said it was going to. I'm even okay with it not being this month anymore. However, we're doing this episode, so I can't help that. That's not my fault.
That's fair.
That's true.
All right. What's going on with you guys since, I don't know, you guys didn't do Philly.
We did not do Philly. We were so happy that weekend. Like, that weekend, any mundane thing that we did, if, like, we went to the grocery store, we looked at each other and we're like, could you imagine if we ran today? Just awful. Like,
Did you do any turkey trotting?
Oh, that's right. You guys did a turkey trot.
we did do a turkey trot.
We did. We trotted around the Columbia Mall, which came up just shy of 3 miles. It was like 2.85 miles.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. I think Jen Hall was at the same turkey trot.
She was.
And we looked at all the collateral, and I guess to be fair, I don't think anywhere it said it was a 5K.
It just said it was a turkey trot.
It just said it was a turkey trot.
Yeah.
Huh.
Also, it
Interesting.
literally was 2 laps around the mall. I will never do that one again.
I would. The medal was phenomenal.
Doesn't
I
matter.
think it was cute. It was cute.
Yeah,
medal.
it's not worth doing a dumb race to get a crappy medal. Like,
But okay, but like,
Beg to differ.
oh gosh, here we go.
Beg to differ.
But I have a question on the chip time. Like, does it claim that it's a 5K? Like, what's the
oh, that I have no idea.
like on the results?
I don't know. Is there even like results, or is it just
Yeah,
like,
because
for
I
fun?
remember Jay Hall posting them.
Oh, really?
Ooh, I don't remember.
I couldn't tell you.
Because she said she wasn't gonna. She would have loved that to be her pace for a 5K, but she believed it not to be since the course came up short.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was really short.
Yeah, that's like not even close.
Yeah.
285.
I mean,
is not
percentage
close.
wise,
It's
it
like,
to a.
it's like a tenth
Yeah.
of the race right there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like I could get it maybe if it was like 3.02.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something like that.
Which I've had that happen a bunch of times.
Yeah, but I don't know. It was lame. I wouldn't do it again. You literally ran
I
in the
enjoyed it.
parking lot.
It's fine.
That's
It was awful.
that's kind of crappy.
Never again. When there are so many other good ones around here.
Yeah.
So, like, I wouldn't do that one again. Like, I would even just do the free one that they do at, like, Charm City Run around Lake
Ooh.
Elkhorn. Like, that's
That would
fine.
be better. Yeah, that would be better than a parking lot.
Yeah.
I wanted to try and find one in Cocoa Beach. Which there was one, but I don't think we were there early enough to do it.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah, I feel like there wasn't, because I feel like when we were driving, we saw a sign for it.
Yeah, we just didn't get there early enough on Thursday to do it. So there was no turkey trot for us this year because we were driving. So
yeah, I like a turkey trot. We went to Capsgiving on Thanksgiving Eve, which is like our favorite event of the year, and didn't get totally blown out because it was just the two of us. So we weren't miserable for the 5K.
That's good.
So it was cold again this year. We just kept saying like, oh, remember last year when it was like 60 degrees during the turkey trot and it was beautiful?
Oh my God, it was so warm last year. Yeah, I remember that because we ran one here. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we were doing. And then, we came and saw you guys and nothing crazy since then.
It. Yeah.
Back to normal.
Yeah, we started up our Unlimited Orange Theory when we got back.
Whoop, whoop.
And we actually did one class in Florida, our first remote class. Yeah, which was a great class. We had a great coach in West Melbourne, I believe. And we really enjoyed that class a lot, actually. And we're kind of jealous of the way they handled their studio stuff. But we went to Unlimited for December and January. Because it's wintertime.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to run outside.
That's smart.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. It's stupid. So, did you guys sign up for the 12 days fitness?
No, because we didn't go back, and we didn't do it until the 6th day.
Oh.
Because we were away. So we weren't doing it last week. We started doing it tonight, actually, which would be the Monday, would be the 6th day.
Gotcha. And you have to do 7, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I'm doing it. So I did Wednesday, Thursday, Friday last week. I was going to do Saturday, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to go to like the 9:45 or the 11 a.m. class. So I was going to pick one when I woke up, and then I got waitlisted. And when I first woke up, they were both wide open. So I said, oh, let me just have breakfast and then I'll decide. And then I got waitlisted and missed. So I was so annoyed with it was my own fault.
Yeah.
But then I went today. So I'm planning on going every day this week. So
yeah, we're doing
we'll
4 a
see.
week. We're gonna do Monday through Thursday every week.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, today was brutal.
Oh
God.
I couldn't control my heart rate today for some reason.
Oh my God, it looked like you were dying.
It felt like it.
The push-ups, Tom loves this. The push-ups on the, what did I call it? The bougie ball.
The bougie ball. The
bougie ball.
The bougie ball. What's it called? The
Bosu.
Bosu.
The Bosu ball. Those push-ups on the stupidest thing I've ever done in my life.
Yeah, that's why you go down on your knees. That's what she said.
Stupid. I tried and I actually had trouble.
Easy.
Did you?
Easy.
I did, because you had to like shift your body too much to like go from one side to the other.
So I would do it. All right. I would do it on my knees, right? I would do push-ups on my knees, and then I would go into a plank. And then I'd switch sides, and then I'd go back onto my knee, and then do it, and then do it. That's how our coach said to do it.
I was trying to figure out how to do it that way, and I was still having so much trouble. I'm like,
so you do like push up, and then plank, and then kind of like the walkover plank.
Yeah, the walkover part was like the part that I was having issues with. The whole like on the knees thing.
Mm-hmm.
No comment.
But today I thought was a good class.
At 40.
Yeah, I thought today was a really good class. It was hard.
We should probably start this actual episode.
We also ran this week.
Oh my God, we're never.
Well, no, we got it. We did run.
No, we didn't.
We tried.
No.
What?
I didn't want to get into this right now. I was going to actually bring this up at because I cried in the woods, but that's fine.
All right, we'll talk about that later.
Lost in the woods.
Oh my God. Michael,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
do we have any new 5-star reviews?
We do.
Oh my God.
Let's see. We have Goofman/Hediel from cold southern New Hampshire. As with everything running, Kathy Breslin turned me on to the podcast. Love listening to you guys. Love the realness and the laughter. Tom, my challenge to you is to get up early on a nice, cold, dark, breezy morning and go out for a run. then you will know how us Southern New Hampshire girls feel. And yes, the BRFs let me in, even though my name isn't Kathy or Jen.
That's cute.
It's funny.
And for her, I got up this past Saturday, and it was like 45 degrees. I got up at like 8, and it was sunny, and it was beautiful out, and I went for a 5-mile run.
That doesn't feel
That
like
does not
Southern
sound
New Hampshire.
nice.
Like a challenge.
So
Nice, cold, dark, or breezy. That doesn't feel
Yeah,
like
you
any.
need to wake up before work. Like when I get up
So
for
I
Orange
did not-
Theory, you have to go for a run.
I did not honor her wishes, but I will throw a contingency run in there. But you already got your 5 miles, and I don't know who that person is, so I don't know if that's their Instagram handle or whatever. But if it's you out there, just let us know who you are.
Oh, yeah. So you can tag them in your run. Let's see. We got one from Angie. I cannot recommend this podcast enough to anyone who runs, is thinking about beginning to run, or who just wants to feel like they're hanging out with friends, listening to some great stories. There's also a nice little social media community growing up around the podcast, and listener participation is encouraged. So if your parents wouldn't let you call into the radio when you were a kid, you can finally fulfill that dream here.
So Angie left that on Podcast Addict. So Angie is a first-class gal with a second-class phone.
Here
But
we
thank
go
you,
again.
Angie. You know, you and Weck are two of our favorite people ever.
She's my hero.
The Weck household is only Android. They hate.
I'm sure.
It's a thing.
If Andrew wanted to, if he focused, he could take down Apple.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, God.
Uh,
And then we had a wonderful story / message from Tanya, This Phoenix Runs, who we met at the wedding.
Well, I'd met her previously.
Well, I
but
hadn't. She actually was the.
you'd actually met her previously too. but
I had. I did.
Yes. Wow.
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 All right. To Michael's
Wow.
defense, all white women look the same.
All right, settle down. Hashtag race report. But we met her at the wedding. So what is
There you go.
What does Tanya say?
It was just such a wonderful, heartfelt message. And here's a little synopsis. I wanted to send a personal message and thank you all from the podcast, because I had an epiphany today while listening to today's episode that made me cry, and it was much needed. Whether y'all realize it or not, you make a difference just by talking, laughing, listening, and sharing. So thank you, Diana, Aaron, Michael, and Tom. You're the best. But there was much more to it than that, but it was really wonderful and really.
And it
Yeah,
made,
well,
me,
so she-
made me tear up.
Yeah, so she sent that message directly to me,
Okay.
and then she had posted a whole series of stories
Yeah.
about how she was listening to our Finish Line episode, and she was listening to everyone's stories, and it was just like one of those moments where she realized that she cheers everyone else on, but then doesn't cheer herself on, and like.
Yep.
She puts too much pressure, and she's always comparing herself to everyone else, and she doesn't find the joy in it sometimes because she takes away her own joy. And I think it's something that we all in some way can relate to. And so it was really a really nice message.
Yeah.
And I'm glad she shared that with us.
Yep.
And if you guys all out there have that feeling at any time, just know you're not alone. Because I think that was the big takeaway from that, is that sometimes you feel like you have these feelings and you're alone, but you're not.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
I think we all
been there.
struggle with it. I mean, we all heard my Batona story.
Oh
Were you
my God.
You almost died lonely in the woods.
It was I legit watched that like 5 times.
Like it was the Blair Witch Project or something.
I
Oh my
was
God.
like, this is ridiculous. Like I can't not watch
Oh my
this.
God.
Like it is too much.
Yeah.
But she also said something in there, and I'm gonna paraphrase this probably wrong, but she mentioned that you get to these finish lines, and very rarely, in some cases, are like your close family or your friends that are not running friends. They're not there. And so the people that are in your corner cheering you on are your running friends. Sometimes you just meet from the internet. Sometimes it's just chance, some casual acquaintances, but those are the biggest. Those are your biggest cheering sections.
Yeah.
So I thought that was very true.
Yeah.
So thanks.
Considering that's how we all met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I've never had like anyone from my family or any of my friends, like outside of running friends, ever come and cheer me on or anything for a race. Like running friends I've had come and like cheer me on for something that they maybe weren't necessarily running. But nobody outside of that community
And even
has ever come
if
to one of my races.
even it's like the virtually live race, which when we talk about the recap of this year, it'll be something that I was thinking about. Like even things like that, like people we've never met, but like all came together to do like this one event where like we all cheered each other on from like all different parts of the country. Like it's just like those kinds of things and the community that you build along the way. That's really amazing.
Wait, that was this year?
That was this year.
I am not even kidding. I am not even kidding. How I know this year has gone by very quickly, but
wasn't it in April?
Because
it was like to celebrate and it was to celebrate our 1 year anniversary, our 1 year anniversary.
Yeah. I think what you're thinking about is Run the Lakes.
Run the Lakes.
Which
that was last
different.
year.
Okay, which
That
was
was
October.
Yeah.
I was really thrown off.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Yeah.
It does feel like a long time ago, though.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Yeah. If I have to go back and listen to these episodes for our recap show, I'm going to be really annoyed.
Just the first one, just our goal one, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
the goals.
Yeah, just the goal one is what
yeah,
we're gonna go
yeah.
back.
I
and
think I
listen
did
to.
pretty. Spoiler alert, I think I did pretty well with my goals.
You know
this
what?
year.
We already
agree.
listened to it.
We listened to it.
We listened to it, and we're like, "Wow, Tom and Diana did amazing, and we did super sucky."
Oh yeah. I'm excited to talk. I'm excited to talk about it.
Oh man.
Oh goodness.
gosh.
But yeah, Tanya, it was. Thank you for that. The kind note. I don't know. I get really mushy when I start reading and seeing these posts from you guys. So.
All right.
All right.
All right. The very poignant.
I didn't
very
realize
poignant.
it first. I didn't realize it had popped up. Second, for a second, I thought it was Aaron's.
This is an audio platform, but if you could see what we're seeing,
It's blinding.
while Diana was trying to say something very poignant and heartfelt, Michael's milky white thigh popped up, and then I'm gonna say Aaron or someone else in the room started vigorously rubbing the inside of that thigh. So,
Oh
The
my
return
god.
of the milky white thighs.
I'll tell you. But
Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to have interrupted that very sentimental moment.
yeah, you should be.
And I'm sorry about the white woman comment.
Yeah, you should be. Hashtag race report. But thank you for those who have left us a review. We really appreciate it. If anybody else would like to leave us a 5-star review on Apple or Podcast Addict, if you leave a review with a comment, we certainly appreciate that. And I will run 5 miles in your honor, and you can give me a challenge. And if I don't do it the first time, I will do it the second time. So,
Oh man.
yeah. But so what are we running for this week?
I'm running for No Run December.
I like that.
I said I was going to do it. So the only time I'm running this month are in
Class.
Orange Theory, or I am doing 1 5K, and we've not committed to running it, so we're probably going to run it.
Yeah.
So, no run December. I'm tired. I'm going to start the year fresh. Like, Jan 1 is going to be real aggressive for me because to train for Dopey, I'm going to have to lose some LBs and then get back into it. And I don't want to go into it miserable, so I'm taking a freaking break.
Excellent.
Taking
I like
a
that.
break.
It's a good idea.
I like it.
I'm running to survive Goofy, and that's the only reason why I'm continuing to run. Because I'm still not in a good place. And I cried in the woods this weekend. I feel like crap all the time. I'm only running because I have races on my calendar and for no other reason. I'm not recovering well. I feel like crap. I have a doctor's appointment to see whether there's something really actually wrong with me. My heart rate's always high. I don't know. I'm finding zero joy in it, like zero. And I know that we all go through it. And I'm not going to cry now. I just am unhappy about running. And I don't want to do it right now. So other than to get through the races that I need to get through, I think after that for January, besides marathon weekend, after that will be no run January. Because I need to figure out why I hate running right now.
Yeah, you need a break, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Nope.
And it's okay to feel that way.
I will predict though that the magic of Disney and Perfectly Imperfect Maria and some friends and that whole thing will get you through that weekend.
Holy crap, by the way. I know we're going to talk about this later, but just what a joy of a human.
Oh, yeah.
Good God.
Right?
I'm giving her her own topic.
No,
She's
you know
a
what?
topic.
Space Coast was like so much fun, and I know marathon weekend will be too once I'm there. It's literally the everyday mundane run that I'm struggling to get through, and I don't feel I don't want to get too far into it. I do have a doctor's appointment. I don't feel good when I'm running. I don't my legs always feel heavy. My breathing is off. You start to question, did I have asymptomatic COVID at some point? Am I just what? I don't know. Something feels off with my body, and I just don't know what. I used to love going out for a 3 to 5 miler just to clear my head. And every single time I try and even go out for that kind of mileage, I feel come back feeling like crap and it's not bringing me any joy. So I don't want to do it. So I'm running to get through the races and then to get to my break.
There you go.
I support you.
I am just maintenance running just to get the Disney Marathon. Just, nothing crazy. This is not, marathons are hard. I don't want to pretend like they're not. I'm at a place where I can comfortably do it and feel comfortable. So I'm doing maintenance. This is I don't want to make people feel like it's not hard. It certainly is.
Here's my thing, though.
I've just done a lot of miles over the last few years.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, my God, the amount of miles.
Yes, you have. They are well documented in the podcast that Diana is on but does not listen to. But I am running for our holiday challenge.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
The best reason of all of us.
So fun.
We are 6 days in, and I think today's challenge was 25
sit-ups,
crunches or sit-ups.
Yeah.
So and we're definitely getting some good participation. We're still trying to figure out how to manage it on social media because we toggle between restoring everybody's stories or making a reel the following day. We don't really know the best format because I don't know.
I feel like the problem is with stories is if you restory every single story, then it clogs our feed. And then you lose when we story. Because I don't know. I know that I don't click through everyone's stories when there's that many stories. But then I feel bad if we don't story everyone's story because then I don't want anyone to feel like we don't love them.
I get it. I
love you all.
We're trying to figure it out.
We love absolutely everybody. Thank you, everyone who's participating. And if you're not participating and want to catch up, you could just go check out our Instagram and Facebook and see what the challenges are. Just to keep everybody motivated and have some fun.
Yeah.
By the time this comes out, we'll be on day 4, where are we, 6? We'll be on day 13.
Oh, so that's plenty of time.
Yeah.
You still have another 12 to 13 days to go, right?
It's all kinds of fun different challenges too.
Some are not running related. Maria was complaining about the one yesterday, and then I was like, "We made you drink lattes the other day.
Yeah.
You'll get over it."
Yeah, you had a holiday drink the day before.
Also, that was, by the way, that was me. The high knees. Because first it was 25 high knees in my brain. And then I was like, well, I don't know. That doesn't seem like enough. And then I was like, well, maybe 30 seconds. And then I was like, well, I don't know. That doesn't sit like. I tried to think about like Orange Theory, and then I was like, well, it's got like, let's do like a minute. And then when I went to do it, I was like, what the F did I do? Like, it was so long. Like that was like I should have like tested them all out. I did not.
It's funny. So I will say, let's give Diana a lot of credit here.
Oh my God.
Her creativity for these challenges is amazing. And I did absolutely nothing. I do make the pretty pictures, but Diana came up with every single challenge. And we haven't gotten to a lot of them yet, but I literally laughed out loud at some of like her cute little like phrases and movie references, and
it's what I do for a living.
I know that's what Michael said. I was like, I read yours, and sorry, Tom, I read Tom's, and I was like, Diana's is so adorable. And he was like, it's literally what she does, like literally, literally what she does for a living. I was like, oh right, but I'm just saying it's adorable.
Well, thank you. And then if you guys are wondering why like half the crap looked so terrible, it's because I made some of it in PowerPoint.
No, it looks fine. It looks good. I liked it.
Like they were traveling, and I was like, I'll try and make something. And then I like downloaded some stuff to try and play with, and I was like, I can't work any of this. I'm going straight to my slide deck. So we were like, why is this all wonky and doesn't look quite right, or isn't formatted right? It's because I made it in a PowerPoint deck and then screenshotted it on my phone to make it work.
That's amazing.
It works. It worked. It was fine. It was fine. We all work as a team.
Yes.
Yeah. So no, it was good. This was Tom's idea. It was a great idea.
Yes, it was a great idea. It's been so it's really gotten so many people involved.
Yeah, I mean, we've found some new followers. I hope they're listening right now.
Yeah, I think it's good because a lot of it's like not super time consuming.
Yeah.
Like you're able to like knock out like the one yesterday was a minute and like 25 sit-ups. I actually did that in 1 minute, and I posted, and I actually did record myself. I don't know if I'm going to post it because all right, here, guys, I pointed the camera like right at my crotch, and like you can see like a full outline of my. So I'm like, I don't think I can post this.
Well, it comes down to confidence, and that's Michael level confidence, and I feel like you'll get there.
Maybe I'll post it, and I'll put like a big like a thing.
Do you need me to gently caress your butt again?
Like, oh my God.
Let's put a pin in that. Let's put a pin in that because we're absolutely talking about that.
Spoilers. We'll get there.
Oh my God. Oh my God. When Michael caresses Diana
intimately.
Intimately. Oh God.
Oh God.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Right.
But that's
wow.
That's a good segue.
Yeah,
we should. A good transition.
Get right into that.
Let's talk about the Space Coast Marathon weekend / more importantly, Aaron's 40th birthday bash.
Yes.
In beautiful Cocoa Beach, Florida.
Yeah.
Yes. So much fun.
Gosh. It was just so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
So why don't we talk about the people first?
Yeah.
The people?
I can see why people do that race every single year because it's so fun and just like so many people go.
Yeah, I can definitely see it too.
Yeah, I mean, we got fortunate enough. I mean, so part of the reason why I ended up choosing this as my birthday race was because one, it's a popular race that everyone does. It's kind of was on all of our bucket lists of like, the scenery is supposed to be beautiful. There's like a ton of great fun on the course, is what I was told.
Has giant medals. For some of us.
Yeah, it has huge medals.
Giant medals.
Yeah, super size. 5 pounds, like they're huge. Anyway, so I was like, it's right around my birthday. I don't want to make people travel multiple races. This is a great race that everyone wants to do anyway. We already knew some people who were signing up. So I was like, I'm just going to use this one and see who comes in. And we got a good crowd between kind of the old Team Shenanigans group and your friends and my friends. And it was really fun. We had like 20. I mean, I was buying 27 shirts. So we had over 30 people down there because not everyone bought shirts.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a huge group. It felt like, I don't know, it felt like when the running bubble was kind of at its peak. Like, it felt like one of those races.
Yeah, it really did. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we all, or most of us stayed at the Hilton down there.
I'd say almost everyone that we kind of like were running with.
Except Frumpa.
No, Frumpa did end up staying there.
Did he end up staying there? He switched.
Frumpa,
That's right. He was originally
he,
at the other one. Right?
Yeah. Because then when I said that was going to be my birthday weekend, he was like, "Oh, I'll
forgot
stay where you are."
Shamed him.
Yeah, Greg stayed.
Yeah,
with him. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We did.
So we
Space
went.
Center.
Yeah, so Michael and I drove down. We had Thanksgiving dinner there, and then everyone else came in, pretty much trickled in on Friday. Michael and I went and picked up bibs on Friday. It stressed him out so much.
So
because
stressful.
First of all, we first started with like, oh, we have to pick up like 5 bibs, and then it was like 8 bibs,
and then
Diana and Tom were like, well, can you pick up if you can pick up our group's bibs too? And so suddenly it went from like 7 or 8 to like 16, 15 bibs.
15 bibs.
I think it was 15 bibs plus hours. So 17 total bibs.
Yeah. And this was not at a convention center. This was in a little
This was in a little local run store so that none of us had to go to the expo on Saturday because we were all going to Kennedy Space Center.
Yep.
And so we got there and there was like 3 people in line and you had to have everyone's licenses and bib numbers ready. And so we sat outside and screenshotted everyone's bib numbers. We had to search every single person's name because we had none of your bib numbers. So
I didn't know you needed that.
I didn't realize that until we got there. And so we had to go onto the stupid little search thing, type in everyone's name, screenshot everyone's bib numbers.
Oh my God.
To give everyone's bib numbers. So they made like little lists. And then none of the stuff was put together because it was in this tiny little run store. So they had everything in boxes. And so as you gave your bib number, they were like, oh, this person gets a half medal. This person gets this challenge medal. And then then they put all the rest of the stuff in the bag and the size t-shirt. And like, so they're putting it together as you're giving them your bib numbers. So we gave 15 of them where they had none of them put together.
Oh my God.
There was like 3 people in line before we got there and like 20 plus when we were leaving behind us because we had clogged the line so bad. And Michael was stressing the F out.
I get it.
Tom would have been in a spiral.
It directly benefited me, but I felt bad for you.
Well, it's funny because we were like, it's too many bibs to ask her to do. And I feel like it was like Friday morning where I was like, well, if you feel like doing it, do it. But like if you don't, we'll deal with it on Saturday.
Well, because I knew you guys wanted to go in the morning with us to Kennedy Space Center, and it was easier if we just had everything. But then Chris and Lisa were also going to be going to the run store. So I figured if they didn't let me, then they could pick up some of them or we'd see what happened. And then they did let me, and then everyone behind us got really mad.
Yeah. Well,
sorry if any of them happened to be listeners and you were behind us.
I don't feel bad.
We do apologize.
You can wait. If all of us were there, you would have had to wait.
Honestly, I didn't feel that bad. I felt bad for Michael, who was like a big ball of stress.
So, what happened after that?
Michael and I met Jessica Garand for drinks at a brewery.
Yeah, we met Jessica Garand at a brewery.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, she's awesome.
Good burgers. Yeah, she was real fun.
Oh, that morning we went to Orange Theory.
Oh, that's right.
In West Melbourne.
We already talked about that.
Oh,
Tom's like, he doesn't want to talk about Orange Theory anymore.
And then you guys like ran on the beach?
That was... Oh, yeah, we did run on the beach on
we
Friday.
ran and went to Orange Theory.
Yeah, that's right. We did run for like 3 miles just because it's the beach and I wanted to run on the beach. I don't like running right now, but it was the beach, so I felt like I should do it.
Went to Orange
Isn't
Theory,
running on the beach worse?
Not when you're like down, like if it's low tide and it's like compact sand, it's
actually better.
Actually, like running on trails.
Yeah, it's nice
because it's like soft and compact.
Yeah.
So you don't. It's not like where this like loose sand is, where it's like a lot of calf work.
Do you run in your shoes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard
no,
packed.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's hard packed. It's not like
What was I gonna say?
Well,
oh,
and
and then we went to the tiki bar, and
Yep.
we met up with some people, and we waited. We were with Chris and Lisa, and then the Taylors were there, and I don't know, a lot of people. Jen Lowe was there. A lot of people came in and out.
Robert Schultz.
Gosh, it would be hard for me to even start naming everyone. And we were waiting for Tom and Diana.
Oh, that's
And then
right.
you start getting texts.
Then I start getting texts from Diana. Tom's like, I don't want to talk about this.
So it's fine. It's fine. And I really wasn't actually that upset, but here's just a pro tip. If you're going to book a car rental, you're probably better booking one of the names that you recognize, like Hertz or Avis or, one of them. I booked Easy Rent. So we got our bags pretty quickly, went outside, had to go down to this one part of the airport to wait for our shuttle. Shuttles in air quotes because it was a minivan that picked us up. Took us to this kind of sketchy building that was part car rental place, part bus depot, full of people. Children were running around.
Oh my god.
It was just chaos inside. And then so from the time that we got there to the time that we got our car and got to the hotel, it was 2 hours.
No.
Oh my God.
It was 2 hours until we got the car.
Really?
Yeah.
It was 3 hours until we got
Yeah.
to
It was
the
a long
hotel.
time. We honestly, we waited. I
I'll be
tried
honest.
to wait for you. I
It was
tried.
It took a long time, but we finally made it to the hotel.
He made
And I was
that
in bed.
sound like it was pleasant and easy.
I'm trying not to revisit it in my head.
Because the shuttle took forever.
Yes.
Then a family with 12 people cut in front of us in the shuttle line.
Yep.
Oh
So
my
then we had
God.
to
God.
physically, the lady had to call a van for us.
Oh.
So we had to wait like 45 minutes for the shuttle.
Oh
and
my
then
God.
everyone was having issues at the counter. So we were in the rental place for an hour.
Yep.
I
My
was
God.
clocking it from the time we picked up our luggage till we got to the hotel. It was 3 hours.
Oh my God. And this entire time, I'm getting texts from Diana kind of telling me the saga with some pictures of the lovely place where the car's rental is being picked up from, where the glass is all busted in. And it's just like, what is happening? Sorry,
I'm
Tom.
like, should I drop you a pin in case we go missing? Like, are we gonna die here?
It could have happened.
We're like, and I'm like kind of half retelling everyone. Like Chris and Lisa are sitting next to us, so I'm like, they're in a murder van right now.
Yeah, it was literally a guy in a van
right.
picked us up and drove us to the
Yeah.
rental car place.
So we didn't make it that night to waiting for you guys, but we met you guys the next morning. We all went to Kennedy Space Center. I
was a
don't know.
good
There's a
time.
group of like 13,
Yeah.
14 of us. It's a big group. I think everyone else enjoyed Kennedy Space Center a little bit more than me, but apparently I don't like space.
Here's the thing. You and Lisa share this, and I don't want to make this so specific because some people might not know who everybody is, but if you're not impressed by space travel, I can't help you. I was blown away at how into it I was. I thought everything was absolutely amazing. That was one of the better museum kind of situations I've ever been in.
I mean, it was
That's
okay.
it.
It was cool. Space is
okay?
cool.
Huh.
Space is cool.
Oh,
I mean, I will say, the second half, which we went, we got the shuttle bus that takes you out to the Saturn V first. So you take a shuttle and you drive a little ways out. When we came back to the museum area and we did the Atlantis part, I will say that show and then the reveal, which I won't talk about, was probably one of the best things I've seen a museum do.
agreed.
Yeah, that was great.
100%.
So
Yeah.
if you ever go and you do the Atlantis part of it, that part of it is spectacular.
I don't know. I felt like I learned a lot because I have dumb questions that I don't know a lot about. I mean, I don't know a lot about a lot of stuff, but I really don't know a lot about space.
Yeah.
And
I don't know a lot about space either.
Gravity and that kind of stuff. So I kept asking Chris Giac the dumbest questions, like, why does it work like that? And he's like, well, because of gravity.
Well, see, I think so, Diana. Maybe a part of my problem is that I didn't have a Chris Chiak with me the whole time. Like we were kind of like off on our own. Like, and while Chris was with us, like most of the time, except for like you guys went and got food, and we had no idea where the hell you guys went, so we kept moving. Or like we lost half the group.
Well, Tom and I missed the bus at one point.
Oh yeah, you guys missed the bus. Yeah.
Which stressed me out for about 5 minutes until we got the very next bus.
Literally 5 minutes later.
It was completely fine. It was fine.
Yes. So, yeah, maybe if I had Chris with me the whole time and I could have asked some stupid questions, that would have entertained me a little bit more. But because I don't understand how things work in space, I don't know.
There was one part where they're showing like video clips of stuff that happened. And there was a part where they were flying a space shuttle attached to a plane, and I literally screamed, "That really happens!" To the point where people like turned around. Like,
oh my god,
I was shooketh.
All right. So long story short, I think we all,
Aaron left at noon.
in varying degrees, liked NASA, Kennedy Space Center, all of
I
that.
did.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say we left with multiple people because the Chases were with us, and Mark and Megan. We all went to a brewery right after to eat lunch. I was also hungry, and then we went back to the tiki bar again.
More tiki bar for us.
And
More tiki bar.
The tiki bar is where when we had the biggest group that tiki bar night we had the biggest group because we had many people from both running and not running stop by to say hi. I think we had like 10 tables that we had to put together.
Yeah. It was also when I realized we had to get up super early to take a shuttle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Well, I had told you this already. I think we hadn't discussed it in great detail, so maybe you didn't realize how early, but I had talked to you about
I did
how
not realize how early.
I had said that it was Disney early, and he just didn't listen to me as the problem that happened there.
Yeah, that was the only negative I will say of the race is the shuttle situation.
Which we can get into in a minute. I will. Do you remember the server's name? It wasn't as memorable as Jacob, and now I feel bad for
Wasn't
the
it
poor
Tyler?
server. Oh, maybe.
He was amazing.
He was also amazing. So we had another great server that I just kept throwing money at because we were there for like 5 hours, and I ordered a total of like $30 worth of stuff. Unlike Jacob, who,
yes, we toned it down a little bit.
We toned it down quite a bit.
Margaritaville.
And so my bill wasn't very high at all. And so then I felt bad that we'd sat at his table for like 800 years. So I gave him more tip than my bill was worth because I felt bad. Like we were just sitting there. But he was so good that like, I was like, I mean, we're talking like 10 tables put together. I was all the way on the one side and Michael was on the other side. And he was like, what do you want? And I ordered a drink again. And I was like, oh, I'm on the bill with him. And he's like, oh yeah, I know. Like he
kept track of everybody.
Everybody. There was at that point, people like coming and going and people who were like cashing out sooner than other people. And then other people would come and somehow he kept it all straight. And there was like a total of like 20 to 30 people in and out the whole time.
Yeah, people were standing and changing seats and
I was so impressed
all over
by
the
him.
place. Yeah,
he was awesome.
Crazy.
So yeah, we had a good time on Saturday night seeing everyone. And Diana, would you like to do a segment on Maria now?
Oh my God. I just love her. So she is just the cutest human I've ever seen in person. She came in and just was like a ray of sunshine directly into the tiki bar.
It's true.
Just a joy. And
F everyone
her
else who
husband.
was there. Maria's the ray of
I
sunshine.
wasn't. I'll stand by that. Have you met her?
I did. I met her at the same time as you.
Just a joy. And her husband, also a delight.
Her
Lamberto.
Her husband's
or
a
Alberto.
saint.
Her husband's a saint.
And not because he has to deal with her. I feel like if I make a comment, we have to assume the negative. And we don't. Like, her husband is a very nice guy. And that's not taking anything away from the ray of sunshine that Maria is. But she was awful nervous for meeting Diana for the first time. It was weird.
Oh, yeah. That was weird.
I feel like
she was awkward and standoffish.
She had said, she was like, I don't know if I'm gonna end up like hanging out with you guys because I'm shy. I'm like, F that, you're coming over, and I never want to hear those words out of your mouth ever again.
You know who's not shy at all is Maria. Like, not even a little bit shy. So I don't know.
Oh, she's so great.
Yeah.
Just so great.
All right, so we all went to bed.
Got up stupid early.
Listen,
Oh,
okay,
my
so
God.
for the record, I would like to put out there, I apologize to everybody who I told that they had to get on the 4 a.m. bus because I was told that it was vital. And maybe I don't know because I wasn't
Well,
there
I mean, to be
previous
fair,
years.
it could have been vital.
And
in
I have
past years,
heard that the
Yeah.
past years, like the
They had
first
issues,
shuttle,
yeah.
they had many issues where only like 2 buses showed up in every location, or like, I mean, this year at 4:02, like
There was like 5 buses.
no, there was more than
Yeah, it might have
5.
been more. I don't even know.
There was like 8 to 9 buses just for our location
Yeah,
alone.
yeah.
Because there's I think there's 7 shuttle locations, 1 at a mall, like one at a parking lot, and then the rest of them were like the host hotels. I don't know what the experience was in the past years, but everyone this year was like, it is vital you get on that first shuttle because if you
We
wait
did
till
hear that a lot.
the second shuttle, there's a chance you might not get there. So I was like, we have to be on it. So I made everyone meet me at 4:00 in the morning, and we got on that first shuttle, and then we all stood there freezing our asses off
For 2 hours.
for 2 hours.
For 2 hours. But you know what? That was the right call. With the information that you had, that
Yeah.
was the right call.
And to be fair, if in past years there was those issues, then you're not
Yes.
you can't count on it being better this
And
time.
yes, and it's just because it ran so smoothly and we got there so quickly that it's hard to imagine that it was any other way. But when I said it to somebody else, they're like, "Oh no, this was not what it was like the previous years." I was like, "Okay." So I guess to be fair to those people who gave me that advice,
Yeah.
but we were there for a very long time.
I was not as cold as everyone else because I wore sweatpants and a coat that I carried with me for the whole race.
Well, you put
Oh
him in a
my
vest. No, he
God.
was wearing his vest.
I was
so
wearing
he
my
put him-
vest.
He
Yeah.
put him in his vest.
Yeah. Because unlike you sloppy road runners throwing
my
your clothes
God.
all over the ground and your
Listen,
cups
I
and
had a
everything
cute
else.
outfit that I could not cover up with a vest. Okay, I was wearing a shirt that said "It's my birthday race," and my cute little sparkle skirt, and wearing a purple and or a bright yellow vest would have ruined the look.
True.
And what I need to like see how sweatpants and a jacket fit into a vest.
I fit both of
Well,
them in
he
there.
did
But
it.
I don't understand how
I
that
smushed
works.
him in
Well,
the
my
back.
jacket only goes down to like this
Yeah,
big.
it's like a windbreaker type jacket
Yeah.
that like
Yeah.
folds to nothing.
Folds into its own pocket.
You know what folded into nothing? My Mylar. And I just threw it away like trash, like an astronaut.
I would have I would have stuck it in my vest when you were done with it.
All
I-
right.
No, I threw it at a spectator at some point.
I think I put mine down someplace. I didn't throw it at a spectator.
You road runners.
Let's see. So we got to the race. We did group pictures. We saw lots of
Mhm.
people. We gave lots of hugs to lots more people. Our
we
group
froze
picture.
for 2 hours.
Our group picture
It
had
was
somewhere
chilly.
around like 40 people in it.
Yeah,
There was a
that's
lot
cool.
of people there.
Yep.
Michael lasted 3 seconds into us standing around in the corrals and then was like, "All right, I'll see you at the end." And then he very gently caressed what he thought was my butt to tell me he was leaving. He just wanted to lightly touch me so that I knew I was there. But Diana and I were both wearing Mylars, and we both had black hair with ponytails. Our hair is about the same length.
Yeah, pretty much.
And
is,
so from the back,
you're both about the same height.
Michael got confused
You're
and
both
thought
Asian.
he was he was touching my hip butt area, and in the end, he was touching Diana's hip butt area.
It was so funny.
And he got very embarrassed very quickly.
It was only funny because of how embarrassed he was about
He jumped so high, like, oh my God. And Diana's face, if you could see it right now, was about what it was when it happened. She's not gonna.
Oh my God!
It's so funny. It felt so intimate. Like it felt like he was. It felt like he was trying to touch Aaron and not me. And
Well, that's because he was.
Well,
He was.
but like it. But I feel like the position. It wasn't just the position because that's where females touch each other. I was like, I've literally like tapped a girl on the butt to like move it along.
Yes.
Like, you know, like women just position each other and touch each other a lot. So the touching didn't weird me out. It was
The reaction? Was it the reaction?
It was the reaction, and there was love behind it. I felt like there was love.
Oh my God. I cannot deal with this.
I honestly, so this whole thing happens. I obviously don't understand what's happening because I was not the one who was touched. All I know is I turn around suddenly and Diana's hysterically laughing and Michael's like red in the face and laughing and everyone else is like, what is happening? And Diana was just literally says with like this face, not even giggling at this point because she was like, it wasn't quite this point.
Like
she was like, that was very intimate. The way she said intimate, though, that felt intimate. It was just like,
Oh my God!
So Michael touched Diana intimately, and that's how this podcast.
It didn't feel like an inappropriate touch.
That's how this podcast ended.
Oh my God!
Oh my goodness. So yeah, and then Michael made his exit.
Yes, Michael left us to go do his own thing because he understood that there was going to be a lot of shenanigans. So Michael, do you want to talk about your race real quick?
Yeah, mine was short. I had no real plan. Obviously, like I said, I was wearing a vest and carrying sweatpants and a jacket. So I was like, whatever. And then like the race was about to start. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just see what happens the first couple miles. And then I'll play it from there. And I had like I was like, well, if I can do just under 2 hours, I'll be happy. And I was like, okay, so let's see what happens. And then I ran, I think 159 something.
It was like 159.11.
Yeah.
So you like
so I was really
made the sub
God.
two.
I didn't like kill myself to do it. I wore a vest and carried stuff, you know.
I didn't kill myself to do it. I haven't run fast in forever, but I just ran a sub 2.
But I needed, you know what? I needed a running victory.
Yeah.
And even though it's like
That's fair.
not anywhere near my PR or anything like that, but on that day, that was good and it felt good. And I was super consistent the whole time. By the way, goo is terrible.
It's the worst.
I like Cliff Shots. Like, I don't mind gels, but I use Cliff Shots. I had 2 goos that I had left over from Batona because they had caffeine in them. I took them towards the end of the race. I almost threw up like 3 times. They were so bad, but I needed them. So it is what it is. But yeah, so
Sounds delightful.
it was super fun.
We passed
saw
by
us
you
and we
and we
screamed
screamed
at
at
you.
you.
saw you guys. Yeah.
We screamed at you. I was drunk by then.
And then I just got to the end and cheered for everybody for a couple hours till you guys got there.
Oh yeah, it was like at least like
It was an hour and a half.
It was like an hour and a half.
It was an hour and a half.
Yeah.
when you posted that story at the end of the race, I was laughing so hard. Where you're like, "I've been waiting here for an hour and a half. I'm so hungry." They're gonna come
my God.
screaming across the finish line. Just the whole video was hysterical.
And it's true. That's what happened. Also, as soon as I crossed the finish line, he's like, "We need pizza. We need to go. We need to go. We need to go.
Well,
I
I've
need
been
food."
waiting an hour and a half to eat.
I don't know why you waited.
That's true.
I didn't realize how far.
You
down
should have
were.
realized that it was going to be. I told you it
should've.
was like a 3:30, and you crossed that we were going to end up at a 3:30.
Yeah,
like I predicted
yeah.
it almost to the T.
You did.
And
I should have went.
you
Nate,
should have
yeah.
realized that you had like a full hour to get all the way back to the finish line to cheer us on.
I was cheering for people though.
I know.
I
You're very
saw-
sweet.
Saw everybody
would've-
as they went by.
At races, Tom is like 5 to 10 minutes behind me, and I will go and get my snacks and wait for it.
All right.
Like
so,
every time he's crossing a finish line, I've got a bag of chips in my hand.
Now you understand why my
yes.
touch was so intimate.
There it is.
so our race, we had, I think I counted in one of our pictures, we had a group of about 15 of us that ran the whole thing together.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's before we get into that. So, Space Coast, there is a full marathon and a half marathon, and you could do the full, which our friend Greg in Orlando did the full.
Yes.
Or
And
you
he
could
did
do
it super fast.
super fast, or you could do the north course of the half, which is, I guess, for serious runners. I don't know.
No, I think
I
that
shouldn't
it
say
just-
that. I
yeah.
shouldn't say that. No, but our friend Chris did the north course,
And my friend
that
Jackie.
takes you. Okay, and
Yeah,
then
Jackie
Closer
Cabrera did
to
it
the,
also.
Jackie Cabrera did it, yeah.
Yeah.
You see more of Cape Canaveral and stuff. That's why.
yeah, or you could do the south course, which is
Is-
known as
yeah,
the
the
party
party.
course.
Which is why I came. Which is why I went, because I was told that there'd be food and drinks and dogs and shenanigans.
Which is
And there
why I
were.
ran the party course and ran fast.
Yes.
Of course. So we ran with 15 of us. We did 30-30 intervals because I told everyone that whoever had the shortest intervals and needed the whatever intervals people wanted to do, that's what we were going to do. So we chose the Chases intervals, Amy and Jason, and we did 30-30s. And we had Megan Avis, who looked like a professional pacer.
Yeah,
Oh
she
my
was like,
God.
Holding her little
That's
balloon.
great.
So Jessica Grand also brought birthday balloons. So Megan ran with like a party birthday balloon that says "Happy Birthday Cupcake." It was like a birthday cupcake, and she ran with it like it was a pace flag the whole time. And
The
people
whole
thought she
time.
was the pacer, and people kept coming up to us like, "Oh, what pace are you guys doing? What intervals are you doing? What pace group is this?" And we're like, "We're the party pace."
Yeah, people were like, "Are you guys a pace group?" And we're like, "No, we're the
We're just
party
like a party pace.
We're like,
yeah, yeah.
But then we had we had a woman who literally was with us from mile 3 to the end. So she was with us for 10
Yeah.
miles. Every single time we stopped to take a picture, she stopped. I tried to convince her a couple times to get in a picture and she refused. And then like anytime we would like stop and eat or we'd take shots or do drinks or whatever, she just kind of stood off in the corner. We started running and she'd run with us again the whole time. She was
people
amazing.
were like randomly joining us.
Yeah.
And Megan did such a great job of calling out the intervals. And first off, you're right. She looked like a professional pacer. She's in great shape. And she's beautiful. It's just infuriating to just look at her. Like, honestly, she's just lovely and nice
Gosh.
and just fabulous. But we were saying that she was being too nice, calling
Yes,
out.
I
the
kept telling her
intervals.
that she was way too nice. So she
So
started,
then she started swearing. Which
so then she
was
started saying,
just,
"Run,
it was beautiful.
MFers." And I was like, "Thank you,
It was-
thank you, thank you."
It was
Thank you for this
so
wonderfulness.
great. I love her. Oh, she's so great.
So we stopped a couple times for some shots. Oh, Diana may or may not have brought us party shots to do whenever I wanted to do them at whatever point I wanted to do them. I decided to do them on the out and back at the turnaround. And so
And so you know what's great, guys? If you put a bunch of miniatures in the freezer so they're nice and cold and ready to drink, and then you shove them in your running belt for 6 miles,
sorry,
and
guys.
then you take them.
They're nice and toasty.
Sorry, guys. But I thought it'd be
Everyone was like, "Bleh."
I thought it'd be a fun. Well, not me because I had Fireball, and Fireball's good either it went cold or not.
Oh my
You're welcome.
God.
You're welcome for that.
Thank
oh,
you,
yeah,
Tom.
that was so funny.
So there, Diana had one shot of Fireball in her whole bag of goodies out of like I don't know 20 shots she had, and Tom took the Fireball, and I was someone said something about Fireball. I was like, I'm so disappointed there was no Fireball, and someone was like, Tom got the Fireball, and I was like, Tom? And I made Tom give me his fireball.
I graciously traded you.
I love you, Tom.
Yeah, it's mutual.
Oh, and Greg and Orlando did take the shots with him because he took one.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I think he said he did it on his halfway point too.
Yes, he did. So he was with us
by
in spirit.
himself with solidarity.
With us in spirit.
So,
And then Tom got a bunch of people to write in to him birthday wishes. And every mile, Tom read me a birthday wish from one of our friends.
That was so awesome. People really came through on that. And for me, I was just trying to survive. I was hideously undertrained, but like that was helping me as much as it was making you smile, because like I was like, I just got to make it another mile and then we can go through this thing, and it's a distraction. So any little distraction was a welcome.
I also
welcomed.
Required Tom to do some sing-alongs.
Oh yeah.
So we sang some Let It Go and some Moana and some
80s rock.
80, yes.
A lot of 80s rock.
80s rock. So we did a bunch of Disney first, and then we moved on to some 80s rock. It was fabulous.
Yeah, it was super fun. And I actually, so the last half marathon I ran was Baltimore, where I posted my infamous video where I quit running forever. And was just miserable after that race. Like, I felt fantastic after this race.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, like, this is fine. Like, I can run.
Well, it was fun. It was also because Zane was with us, and we went to dinner with him when we were out in Orlando.
Yeah.
And he was saying that, like, you know, it was a really good run. It was the longest run he'd done. We heard this from like so many people. Longest run I've done in a year.
Yeah. Same thing with Mark. Yeah.
Yeah. So many people who hadn't really been running, but he was with us the whole time, and that was one of the things he said, that it didn't feel like that long of a race because we were just having so much fun along the way.
Yeah, it was so funny. He at one point introduced himself to me, and I was like, Zane, I know you. And he's like, well, I Facebook know you. And I was like, we've never met in person. I was like, that can't be true. Like,
Yep.
like, I feel like we know each other.
I know. Internet friends are weird.
Yeah, internet friends are so weird, but I just loved running with him. Like, I was funny. I was going to call him out earlier because I think that was the first time I spent like that significant amount of time with him. Just great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maria's favorite moment, she was telling a big group of our friends for the marathon weekend, was when Frumpa was in front of us and he was talking to somebody else, and I was trying to get his attention, and so I yelled, Frumpa, 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 really loud, but like in a much louder, much more obnoxious way. And then I was really annoyed that he wasn't listening to me. So I got, she like the way she put it, she's like low, angry, voice gets lower and angrier with every Frumpa. And then the last one is just angry Frumpa. She's like, that was my favorite moment. I was like, well, I
love it.
I was many fireballs in by then. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh my gosh, there was so much booze on this course. More booze than I've ever seen on any course.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
So they had the fireball with where the bacon I think was. There was fireball shots at the beginning. There were mimosas there. So I drank naturally both of them. There was some beer that we'd had already pretty quickly. And then we did the turnaround shot. So I had another fireball there. And then we found one of my Sparkle sisters who from the Sparkle Squad who had mentioned she was going to be out there. And she asked what people wanted. And I said, oh, it's my 40th birthday. She's like, oh, I will have libations. She's like, what is your drink of choice? And I said, some fireball shots, please. So she bought like a whole thing of fireball shots. So I
did one for you, and
Yes.
I don't like fireball.
Yeah.
And I did at least 2 or 3 fireball shots.
Yeah. So I took two from her, and then we got back to the fireball station. I combined a couple more of their little shots to make a full shot.
Well, it was funny because I thought we were panicked at the beginning because there was alcohol on both sides of the street.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you say, I'll just get that one on the other side of the street on the way back. But by the time you get back, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
So we were getting it going both ways. So we'd cross the street to get what we needed on the other side and then go back to our side of the street, thinking there would be nothing by the time we came back around. But
Yeah.
it was still there when we got back around, which
Mhm.
I've never seen in a
And
race. So
the-
we were like double dipping.
Yeah, the bacon guy who was also where the mimosas were, the bacon guy, when we got back, there wasn't any bacon out. He's like, oh, I got plenty of bacon. And he's still back there making all this bacon. And honestly, for the amount of runners that come through there, that guy, I mean, we ran by some really nice houses, who all live right on the water. So they're,
Just-
yeah.
They're
I mean,
bald.
they're
Bald out.
yes.
They're fine.
They've probably got a lot of money to afford that much bacon, was my point. But I mean, the amount of bacon this guy had to have bought has to equate to a large sum of money.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny because, I mean, I guess you have all that stuff, right? Because it's a marathon, right? And I just think about like just mistakes I've made on half marathon courses before, where you see food that's probably meant for like a marathoner, and you're like, well, I'm here, I'm just going to take that, and then you instantly regret it. Like,
I had no
I
regrets.
just think about like the amount of people that were
Yeah.
like, why did I do that?
Yeah.
I didn't that time because it was a different type of race for
Yes,
us.
that's true. If you're actually running at a decent clip and you take a piece of bacon on only a half marathon course where you might not need that kind of fuel, it might be a regret
You're
later
gonna
on.
pay for it.
I
I
do
did
agree
a
with that.
donut hole at the Baltimore 10 miler at like mile 7, and I wanted to die.
Ugh.
Like, with one donut hole.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know what else. Dogs. There was lots of dogs. I have lots of pictures of people taking pictures of me petting dogs. I have a couple selfies with dogs, but more so, I have pictures that people took of me petting dogs because I pet every single one I saw.
Well, and we also started. When we started, it was like 6:20 a.m. Right?
Ooh,
So
the sunrise.
The sunrise
Unreal, yeah.
was
It
just
beautiful
gorgeous.
sunrise,
Real.
And then I think Susanna has a video of dolphins
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Mhm.
in like the river there, like just
My favorite moment of
Beautiful.
the race was kind of near the end. Aaron was real drunk.
yep.
Oh my god, she was
And
wasted.
Frump and I saw dolphins. And we said, ooh, dolphins. And then Aaron starts screaming about the dolphins and looking, and they haven't popped up again. And then she turns her head to look at us to yell that she doesn't see the dolphins. And then the dolphins pop out of the water and go back in. And then she turns her head and misses them again. Like,
You guys are a-holes.
Oh my god, it's
It
amazing.
was.
I hate you both.
She just stopped and like just stood at the ocean. I was like, she's looking like she's going out to sea. Like that's how you were looking at the water.
I was so sad that I didn't see them. Listen.
Oh god.
Oh. But yeah, it was a beautiful course. I can see why people do that every year.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
gorgeous.
me too. Yep.
Yep.
It is really nice.
I've heard
was
that
fun.
there's been foggy years but
well, I'm sure you don't.
yeah,
that was a
no,
perfect
I was just gonna
sunrise.
say,
Yeah.
where like things aren't as nice or like whatever. But I honestly, you could not have asked for a better sunrise. The clouds
No, it
were
was,
in
like,
the perfect
perfect, yeah.
spot at the brightness. Like you got all the colors, and then the best part of it was because you always need clouds for a good sunrise. Because without clouds, there's nothing for it to reflect off of. But the good news about these clouds is that they stayed.
Yeah,
and
it
then
was
clouded
nice
over the
whole
sun,
race, yeah.
and it was nice the whole race. Like it never got that Florida sun where it was so hot you wanted to die.
I wanted it to be slightly warmer. I was slightly cold the entire race.
I think I was fine.
And
I
it's
was
because
gonna
I wore a tank top and shorts.
Yeah. I was gonna say that sunrise. I think is called a quackenbush.
Oh,
Because she's
my
obsessed with them.
Oh,
was
and
just-
then I was gonna
yeah.
like video you guys crossing the
Oh,
finish
God.
line after I'd been sitting around for an hour and a half. Then all of a sudden, I'm like trotting over to the finish line because I know I'll get there faster than all you guys. And all of a sudden, you people start freaking sprinting, and I'm like, "What the hell's
so
happening?"
I don't remember exactly what
Like-
happened. I think
So now
it
I'm
was
trying to sprint after
Scott-
sitting around for an hour and a half.
because for some reason Scott, because he's in the finish video with Megan and I, Ryan. Was it Ryan? Somebody, we got to so I decided I wanted to go to the bathroom, like at mile, like 12.9. Everyone got really mad at me. Everyone got really mad at me because
Unacceptable.
I wanted to pee because I wanted to cross the finish line and be able to celebrate and not be like, oh my God, I have to pee so bad. I need a porta potty immediately. So I'm like, I'm going to pee because I have to. And so everyone was really mad and everyone left me and Megan. Like Megan and I went to the bathroom and I was nice and comfortable for the finish. And so you guys all waited at like mile 13 for me. And then people started trotting a little and then somebody started running and I don't know why. And so then I wanted to pass that person. And so I started sprinting to get past that person. And I had not planned to continue to sprint, but then like 4 other people started sprinting past me. And then my drunk ass competitiveness was like, I'm going to run faster. And so
I never have that urge.
I don't know what happened. And then poor Michael who like was trotting to get the finish line.
Oh my God! But I saw a lot of people while I was there. Let's see, I saw you guys. Obviously, saw the Taylors,
who are the most adorable couple in the entire universe.
Just
that's true.
The cutest.
Saw Ryan and Brittany and Carly as they came in, and Mark. I saw. Who else ran?
Mark's another one that broke off from the herd early.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
real
Yeah,
early.
because I didn't want to deal
Oh
with
yeah,
the
he was
madness.
way ahead
Yeah.
of you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I missed Chris because I was sitting by the finish line before I went over back to cheer, or I would have
Well,
seen
then
him.
when
as
you were
well.
there, you should have gone and got yourself a piece of pizza.
No, I was sitting at the finish line, not
okay.
over by that area. I didn't walk over there. If I saw everybody as they came around and cheering people, telling them, "Oh, you only have a little bit further."
Oh yeah,
to go.
you and Robert finished within like
Robert,
less than a minute of each other. Right?
Yeah, we were super close to each other.
That's funny that
Yeah.
they figured out that they literally were like 30 seconds apart from each other.
Yeah, pretty much
The whole time.
Yep. Yeah, no, it was a fun race.
Yeah.
I
Finish
would
line
definitely
was
do it
really
again.
good. There was beer, there was pizza, there was breakfast stuff.
There's mac and cheese.
There was mac and cheese. There was chocolate milk, Michael's favorite. There was Coke,
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
a
that
little
was great.
Coca-Cola booth.
yeah. I had a half a Coke. It was
Um,
good.
There was like a massage booth. There was a lot of good stuff there. Frumpa swears that it's comparable to Shamrock festivities, but I will politely disagree.
No.
I'd say it's different.
Yeah, it's not the same. Yeah,
It's not the same.
Totally different
but
type of atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a different vibe.
Yeah.
It's totally different vibe. I agree that they do a really good job at the finish line and provide tons of food
For
and
sure.
beer
Yeah,
and
for sure.
libations and all
But
sorts of
people
stuff
weren't
after.
getting blown out at the finish.
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
no, not
Whereas
like
literally
Shamrock,
people
yeah.
go to Shamrock to get drunk
die.
and wasted
To
at the end
die.
and watch the band and build cup castles for absolutely no reason on the beach in a tent.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Speaking of which, if you're listening to this and you haven't registered, we're all going to be at Shamrock next year for the 50th anniversary,
Doing this
And
whole
it's gonna-
thing all over again.
and it's going to be a party. So please come out and hang out.
And it's Diana's Shamrock Swan song.
Mine too.
Yeah.
Never again.
Mine too. So come
Mine
and
too.
come and see our last Shamrock ever.
See
It'll
who
be
I
our
will.
I
only
say that.
opportunity.
See who I will intimately touch before the race starts. I'll take bets on it.
Oh, God.
You should be so lucky.
Also, I will say, racing is 1,000% back to normal. Like, no one was wearing masks, and those corrals were packed. You were
Yeah,
in
it was
there,
like normal
Which-
corrals. Yeah.
which is what led to Michael touching me.
Yes, that's
we were
true.
very close. Everybody's close.
That is
together,
true. I mean, you're outside. It's
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
not
know,
like you're inside.
it's not
or
like you're
anything,
yeah.
so.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it. We went back to the hotel, all took nappy naps,
Went out to a nice.
and then went out
brew
to
place,
a
bar,
place called 4th Street Fill Station.
which was awesome.
That place was awesome.
That was
Yes.
amazing.
That place
Amazing.
was great.
Shout out to Lisa for finding
That was a great find.
another incredible restaurant.
If
Yeah, that place was really cool.
if you guys ever go down there and do Space Coast, because Frumpa is signed up for the next 4 years. He said that in all the years, he's done 8 of them, he's never gone there. And he said that it was the best find he's found. So 4th Street filling station.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super recommend that.
And our waiter.
Oh, yeah.
I loved him.
Broseph.
He was so aggressive and awesome.
Topper.
He was.
Topper.
Oh, yeah, Topper.
Was amazing. Florida, your wait staff is on point.
My God.
I'll just put it out there.
The best of the best.
Yep.
Yes. So yeah, that was pretty much it, right? We went back
he
to
did look like a character from Outer Banks, didn't he?
He did. He so
good.
did. Yeah, he so did.
Yeah,
He's a Soch.
we
No,
went
that's
back.
not what they're called.
Oh my
What are they called?
Kooks and
a kook and a kook.
No, the kooks are the poor kids, right?
No, the kooks are the rich
the rich kids. He was
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's definitely a kook.
And then and to top it all off, we spent the last night at the Tiki Bar with our friend Tyler again.
Oh
Appropriately.
yeah. A more quiet evening.
Yes.
Yeah, relaxed.
There's like what,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
10 of us left.
Yeah, a few of us left. Handful
Yeah.
of us left.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a nice night.
Remember when I kicked you under the table, Michael?
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
I don't.
So we were sitting there at the table just hanging out, and I got the worst hamstring
Remember his
cramp.
hamstring went?
No, I was talking to
It
the other
just-
side of the
it
table,
just-
I guess.
It
He was
locked
like,
up.
oh!
How did I miss this?
So
I was
had to
too
kick
distracted
my
by
leg out,
Jason.
just-
You like
I had to like kick
Donkey
it out
kick.
straight, and like I'm sitting eerily close to Michael, and I'm like, here comes the leg. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you because it was just coming up.
Oh my god.
Yeah, well,
That
you
was
know,
very
once
painful.
it cramps, that's it. Like you don't have another choice.
No, you got to get out of it.
It is
Oh
what
my
it is.
God.
I was like, oh, I know exactly what just happened. I was like, I know exactly what happened here.
So ridiculous.
And then we went home and you guys did some days in Disney.
Yeah.
We saw some of the people still there. and
Yeah, the Taylors went. Jen Lowe was there. Zane, we saw Zane one night.
Yep, had a good time out there.
Yeah,
That's
it was
good.
fun.
Reminded me why I love running.
Oh.
Honestly, like why
Yeah.
I got into
Yes.
running.
I mean,
we did get totally wasted in.
oh
Animal
my god,
Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom text, and we were drunk
Oh,
texting
yeah.
like everybody in the world.
Like really bad. We went for a run in the morning and went straight to Animal Kingdom. We hadn't eaten yet, and then we put our name on the wait list for Nomad Lounge,
And got a. In
and
the
then
meantime,
immediately
we got
grabbed a beer at Dawa Bar.
And then we were called We were told like an hour and 15 minutes, and it was definitely not an hour and 15
It was
minutes.
like 20 minutes.
So we were like chugging our beer as we were like went into Nomad.
and then immediately ordered drinks.
And I got the 50th anniversary drink that has like 3 kinds of alcohol in it. So it was like mostly alcohol.
Your drinks are really
Oh
strong.
my God.
They
We were
are.
talking about
They're
this
good.
with a few
yeah.
people that Nomad's drinks are like no other at Disney. Like they
They're
are,
good. Yeah.
they're strong.
Like I ordered one that was so strong I couldn't even drink it. I had to give it to Tom, and then I ordered something else.
Well, so the first one was like a good strong, where it was like it didn't taste super strong, but you knew that there was a lot of liquor in there.
Yeah.
And so it really quickly hit me that even my second one, I was like, Michael, I cannot finish drinking this one because we were only there for like an hour. It's not even like we
Yeah.
were there long.
And we
it was
hadn't
like,
eaten yet.
yeah.
Sounds good.
Oh my gosh, so good. But yeah, we were sad we couldn't go. We had originally planned to stay for a few days, but I switched jobs, so couldn't get the time off.
I get that.
So yeah, well done,
right.
guys.
Do we have something goods?
To close this out, my something good is not media this time. My
Ooh.
something good is winter warmer beers
Oh.
because 'tis the season. That's all I'm going to be drinking this winter. Winter warmer beers.
Mm.
I just had Long Johns from Yards Brewing, and I will continue to drink winter lagers.
Awesome.
Delicious.
Nice.
And I say that because every piece of media we've watched recently has been mediocre.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, we're in the same boat.
Or like bad in a bad way.
Yeah, bad in a not fun way. Yeah. My something good is charcuterie, oddly enough.
Shark coochie.
Charcuterie. I can't say the word, so every single time I start saying charcuterie, and then someone says it for me, and I was like, yeah, and then I can say the word if someone says it first.
Because we had a great charcuterie board at Haleo. Then I bought one at Wegmans yesterday, and we've just been doing charcuterie.
We've been eating lots of salty meats.
Yeah.
That was like us. Do you guys remember that? Like all of, I don't know, was it like December, all of January last year? All Tom and I were doing was eating charcuterie by ourselves, just plates of meats and cheeses, and we were like miserable, but also really happy.
Yeah, so we got to eat some leftovers because he went to Wegmans yesterday and got like a big meat board thing, and it was a lot. And then he bought these cute little toasts. It was great. So we had some more of that tonight after Orange Theory. Meats, cheeses, so good.
So this is going to be a little bit of a weird one, but bear with me because this is not media or anything related. But like, I find that the running community is just incredible, and sometimes you only know people via social media, but like they know, through people who have met them, you kind of follow their stories and follow along with them. So my something good is Thumbs Up Ken and his now wife, Terry, who I guess met running, just got married. And I've never met Thumbs Up Ken. A lot of the people that are listening to this podcast will know who I'm talking about.
I'm actually surprised you've never met him because he was from DC. I met him at a bunch of DC races.
We've traded like Facebook messages. Like I'll say something nice about him. He'll say something nice about me. But like I don't know him. But like I'm pretty sure he met his now wife through running. Followed along with their story. He is just a ray of sunshine. If you're going to talk about rays of sunshine, and I'm just super happy that they found each other and got married.
Congrats, friends.
That's it. And I don't know if he listens. I don't know if anybody who knows him listens, but like, shout out to Ken and Terry. Congratulations, from someone who has never met you.
Yes, stalker.
I know.
No, but
it's a bit creepy. It's a bit creepy,
no,
but congratulations.
I love that because I don't think something good was ever meant to be like always media or always beer or always food or always like, I mean, like to me, something good can be like even just something good going on in your life. And I think that a lot of times we do the media. I've gotten sentimental a number of times on Tell Me Something Good. And I'm going to again, guys, because this really does wrap up the end of my birthday.
Womp, old bitch.
But no, seriously, thank you. My something good is literally everyone who reached out to me, said happy birthday, came out to the race, cheered us on. If you couldn't make it to the race, so many people messaged me that weekend. So many people ran 4.0 miles for my 40th and tagged me. And it was just, I don't know, heartwarming and lovely. And all of these people that you meet on the internet, as Tom pointed out, that you haven't met in real life, and they're out there, celebrating you. And it's the community that we have formed. And I have talked about this community way too many times, but I love it. And it will always be my something good.
Good call out.
I love that.
All right, so that brings us to the end. I know.
Transition.
Wait,
as there's
hold
a
on.
giant cat butthole on the screen right as Tom started talking.
I swear to God. That brings us to the end of this episode. Thank you, everyone, for listening. We've got some new listeners out there. We want to get to know you. Please engage with us on social media. We'd love to hear about you and cheer you on. So like, subscribe, share the pod with your friends. That's the biggest compliment that we could ask for. And so I will leave us with a quote, American female to go into space, Sally Ride, who shares that all adventures, especially into new territory, are scary.
Michael, did you ever hear my birthday message to Aaron?
No.
Aaron, what were the 80s like? I have no idea because I was born in the 90s. Can you explain how cassette tapes work? How about the California Raisins? What was their deal? I just want to sit on the floor while you tell stories by a fireplace rocking in your chair.
Wait until she turns 40 in like a few years.
Oh,
in
my
just
God.
I'm never
just
turning
a
40.
few short years. Wait until she turns 40. We're gonna
It's at
torture
least-
the shit
It's
out
at
of
least
her.
a decade and a half away.
Yeah. Okay. Just you wait, Diana. Just you wait.
And with that, we bid you a fond farewell, everyone. We'll talk later.
I like how Tom
Goodbye.
tried to be all sentimental and Diana
I tried.
stormed in.
I tried. You all ruin it. You ruin everything. Goodbye.